And that brings us back to square one. Where does inspiration come from? I've come to Chicago to meet a scientific pioneer who can demonstrate how our brains achieve creative insights. So you're a specialist in creativity and the brain, right?
Right. In particular, we look at how people solve problems with that feeling of sudden insight, or sort of aha or eureka moment.
But isn't it the unstudyable? I never thought of creativity and science going together.
Well, let me put it this way. Do you think some people are more creative than others?
Yes.
And do you think sometimes you're more creative than you are at other times?
Certainly.
And wouldn't you like to know how to be more creative?
I definitely would.
Well, we're right now just trying to study the basic processes, but we feel like we have to understand those before we can really help people be more creative and just to understand the process.
There are two ways to solve problems. One is to go through it logically, mentally testing possibilities until you find an answer. That's analytical thinking. The other way is it just comes to you like a light bulb turning on. That's insightful thinking. Mark Beeman has discovered that the brain has different pathways for these two modes of thinking, and I'm about to experience that distinction.
Here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to give you just a whole bunch of word puzzles, and they're pretty simple puzzles. What you're going to do is you're going to see 3 words on a screen, so have a look here. For each problem, you want to generate a solution word, and so, for example, what word can go with pine, crab, and sauce? So it has to fit with all 3 words. Do you know the answer for this problem?
Is it apple?
Right, so this one is apple. Good. How would you say you solved that?
It was definitely not through any kind of logic. It just sort of came.
So just popped into your mind. So we'll call that insight.
Insight.
Okay, and so if you solved it one like that in the scanner, you'll press the outside button. So you'll have 2 buttons in each.
And I have absolutely no idea what Mark is saying anymore, because I just heard the word scanner.
So, do you have any questions?
My old friend, the fMRI machine. Good times. And it just keeps getting better. Mark is going to image my brain as I try to solve word puzzles. He doesn't care if I get them right or wrong. My job is to report back whether I used analytical thinking or insightful thinking to find the solution.
Okay, Todd, are you ready to go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, block of problems coming your way. Okay, you ready?
It's called the Remote Associates Test, and I only have a few seconds to solve each puzzle. I believe the answer to this one is blind. When I press the button to say I used analysis or insight, Mark's assistant records the information to match up later with the scans that show which areas of my brain are firing. Try it yourself and see if you can identify whether your brain used analysis or insight.
Great, Todd. Thank you very much. You're done. We'll come in and get you in a minute.
So can this scanner really read my mind? It turns out it can. But I don't like what it saw. When it comes to creativity, I may be my own worst enemy. So my brain and I spent another hour in the fMRI scanner. My reward, I hope, is some insight into the science of innovation and the neurology of creative inspiration.
So when we look at your data, we see a burst of activity over the right temporal lobe. This is just the moment where the solution that was actually drawing together the different parts of the problem was coming into consciousness.
So what to me was a eureka moment was in fact my right anterior temporal lobe connecting distantly related ideas in a new way. That's why the idea felt like it came out of nowhere. Analysis uses a different neural pathway involving the frontal cortex, which blocks eureka moments. And that's the takeaway lesson from this new research. If you want a flash of inspiration, you need to stop analyzing and be happy.
A positive mood helps you relax that area, relax your degree of focus to solve a problem with insight.
We all instinctively know that what the science says is true. Getting stressed out and overthinking a problem will only shut you off to the flash of inspiration that you need.